In Lita, a boy named Doc assists a mechanic in repairing a vehicle and learns from the radio that the world is in danger due to solar storms causing temperature changes. While the mechanic dismisses it as nonsense and believes it to be an alien invasion, a teenager named Alba rides her motorcycle to meet her father, Dee, who studies the weather. Alba records a video diary of her day and then joins her father in a cave, discussing the temperature change and asking him to share a message for her video diary. Her father emphasizes the importance of his research in caring for nature. Afterwards, Alba meets Doc and his mother in the city, and since Alba is Doc's English teacher, his mother, Trini, inquires about his English progress. Alba praises Doc as a good listener. During their conversation, some rude teenagers bother Doc, but Trini drives them away. After her visit to the city, Alba returns home to find her father preparing to go to Barcelona. Although they chat briefly, their conversation ends quickly as Dee is in a rush. When he goes in for a hug, Alba refuses, claiming that her father's hands are dirty, unintentionally hurting his feelings. The following day, the bullies from DX make plans to throw Dake into a lake. Alba attempts to intervene, but they still manage to toss him in. Alba leaps in to rescue Dake just as a solar storm hits, turning everything red. She revives Dake, and they witness the world in chaos. They discover Dake's mom dead, and Alba comforts him. They spend the day trekking through the snow to reach Dake's cave. Inside, Alba discovers supplies, and the next morning they depart to visit her home. Upon arrival, Alba breaks down upon seeing their destroyed house, so they seek refuge at Alba's dad's farmhouse. Alba tries to use the phone and asks Dake to check if the radio is working, but they find out both are broken. Fortunately, they still have a functional solar charger. Alba attempts to call her dad, but he doesn't answer. Feeling upset, they decide to venture out and seek help. Outside, they witness the deteriorating state of the city. Dake grabs a gun from a police car out of curiosity, but Alba instructs him to put it back. Suddenly, Alba suggests they should go to Barcelona. Alba tries to ride a motorcycle but accidentally falls and gets hurt, prompting them to return home. At night, Alba wakes up in pain, cleans her wound, and looks at old photos. The next day, she reads her dad's diary and realizes he was right about Earth's warnings. She starts a video diary, feeling sad that no one has come to rescue them. That night, Alba develops a fever, and Dake takes care of her. He discovers her wound is infected, and Alba says she needs antibiotics. Dake plans to retrieve them, but Alba wants to go herself. Dake checks her wound and then goes to get antibiotics. At dawn, Dake returns with the medicine and injects it into Alba. He also visits his old home in the mechanic's garage. The following morning, Alba is feeling improved, and Doc is reassured. She plans to document her trip to Barcelona in her video diary in the morning. Doc has a nightmare, waking up in a panic when he can't find Alba. He discovers blood and becomes concerned, but Alba explains that it's just her period. Doc learns about it for the first time and asks her if she wants children. A few days later, Doc practices with a gun, but Alba stops him and questions him about where he got it. He got it from a police car, and Alba instructs him to get rid of it as she doesn't want him to get hurt. Despite complying, Doc walks away irritably. After 3 months, Alba begins to lose hope of being rescued, so they start learning survival skills using Dar's guide. Alba documents their progress in a video diary and treats her camera as if it were a friend. Many years later, Doc becomes strong and attractive, and Alba starts feeling strange about him. He also starts to see her differently. One afternoon, Doc sees Alba watering plants, and things get awkward when they share a moment while making dough. Doc kisses Alba and leaves, surprising her. A storm destroys their garden, and they decide to leave. The following day, Alba is surprised that Didic managed to repair the tractor. They travel to Barcelona but are unable to locate Alba's father. Comforting Alba, Didic reassures her and she regrets not hugging her dad. They reach an abandoned town and stay at Camp Uno Stadium. Doc plays football to distract Alba, who accidentally drops her phone. Awkwardness leads to them confessing their attraction, and they spend the night together. They depart from the city to build a home by the sea. Alba announces that she is pregnant, and they prepare for the baby, with Alba suggesting the name Kai. As Alba's due date approaches, she feels cramps one night and informs Doc that their baby is on the way. Doc assists her in giving birth, and they welcome their son, Kai, the next morning. While caring for Kai the next morning, Alba spots a boat near the shore and becomes excited, thinking that there might be survivors. Doc is skeptical, insisting that they do not need anyone. Despite this, Alba puts Kai in his crib and attempts to attract the captain's attention. She discovers an unconscious man on the shore, initially believing it to be her father, but Doc confirms that it is not. Once the man awakens, he shares his story of how he ended up on their shore. He expresses his happiness at meeting them and had assumed he was the only survivor. He admires their home and shares information about the island he is from. Alba invites him to stay, but Doc's opposition is evident on his face. The man senses this and declines Alba's offer, insisting on staying on his boat. Before he departs, he requests a hug, expressing his longing for human touch. Following the hug, he leaves. In the following days, the man assists the couple in improving their survival skills, focusing on Doc. Despite growing closer, Doc remains uncertain about the man. One morning, as Alba tends to Kai, the man secretly observes her without her knowledge. Doc catches him and speaks with him. The man explains that he was merely checking on Alba and plans to give her honey for nursing pain. Alba appreciates the gesture, but Doc is uninterested. The man elaborates that the honey is special, made by his own bees that feed on a unique flower resembling a rooster's crest. While Alba is intrigued, Doc hints that the man's boat is ready, indicating his desire for him to leave. This causes the man's smile to vanish, and he declares his intention to depart. Even after hearing this, Alba still wishes for the man to stay. He suddenly extends an invitation for them to join a party on his boat in the evening to express his gratitude for their kindness and to commemorate the new era for humanity. Alba eagerly accepts the offer to go on the boat, and she and the man have a wonderful time, while Doc spends time feeling upset.